Okay, you guys, welcome back to Janie's Crazy Life. I am about to get ready. I'm going to do some dehydrating. And so I went today to Wally World and I bought canning jars because I'm going to dehydrate and I'm going to vacuum seal them in canning jars. So I got 6 cases of quart-sized jars, ball jars. So I've got a pot on the stove that has not boiled yet. So let me turn you around. Okay. I have 7 jars in there. I'm waiting for them to boil. There's these teeny tiny little bubbles that are starting. But I think this process, ouch, is going to take forever. Okay. I got my towel ready for when they come out to dry them on. I think I'll put down some paper towels on top of the towel. But there's little tiny bubbles on it, but it hasn't bubbled yet. It hasn't bubbled yet. Because my understanding is you boil them to sterilize the jars, even though I saw a guy at a food prep place just open up the cases and put the food in the jars. But to me, you gotta kind of clean the jars, I would think. So I'm boiling them. So I don't know what I'm doing exactly yet, but I'm trying. I got the Excalibur. I think that's how you say it. Dehydrator? Hold on. Okay, I got the Excalibur dehydrator, which I gotta take the plastic off of it and put the handles on it. So I got this to dehydrate my stuff in. So hopefully I'll be dehydrating in the next day or so. I want to get all my jars and lids clean first and then go from there. I had to buy me a lovely big stock pot today. I did not own a giant, as I would say, a lobster pot, but it still hasn't boiled yet. It's been sitting here for a little bit. So once it boils, and I'll start pulling my jars out. I'm going to cook up all my jars tonight, I think, or a big portion of my jars tonight. A couple cases of them. So I can have them clean and ready to go. And not like sitting and watching water boil. It does take forever, but this is I think it's a 22 quart pot. It's the only pot I could find at Wally World. It just seems like a lot of the stores are picked over yet. So I don't know. It's a mirror reflection. Oh, I like that view. I look very skinny there. Oh, can we just send that to everybody in the world? Okay. So yeah, the towel's ready to go. The Mountain Dew bottle is my redneck water filter. I'll show you all that later. So yeah, I'm going to do stuff like I'm going to can like, let me flip you around. I'm going to can stuff like dried corn, maybe mixed vegetables. I think I'm definitely going to do some jars of rice. I'm going to do apples, pineapple, canned peaches, canned pineapple, drain it and put it and dehydrate it. I'm doing stuff to take back to the schoolhouse in Kentucky because it's up in the mountain in hills and there are mices in the country, okay? And mices like to get into your food. So the thought process is to have some food on hand up there. And dehydrating will last a long time. Get good shelf life with vacuum sealed or dehydrated fruits and vegetables. I'm even going to do some hamburger meat and some chicken. I've done that before, and I'm going to attempt to do some powdered eggs for scrambled eggs. Because I want to go up there in the winter, and friends have said, I think it was even Bevels and West said, to have on hand some food. Even though I'm off of a county road, I'm not off of a connecting county road to an interstate road. So if there was a bad snowstorm, I could get snowed in for a few. And I'm from Florida Flatlands. I'm not driving snow. Last time I drove in snow was 16, and it was Virginia. So I was a teenager. 16 was a long time ago. So I decided to attempt this dehydrating. I got that pretty red shelf in the kitchen up there that my jars will go on. And they'll look nice up there too. If maybe this is just a pretty decoration. I don't know. And I'm going to attempt to dehydrate some bread and butter pickles. Someone said that they are excellent. So, not dill pickles, bread and butter chips. So I'm going to do some dehydrating. I'll show you guys what I dehydrate as I do it. But right now I'm just working on the jars, getting them sterilized. So I'll bring you guys back in a bit when it boils. I know we're going to watch water boil on jars. Woohoo! Okay, so I'll bring y'all back in a bit. And I'll pull them out and start drying them and stuff. So that's the exciting stuff I'm doing tonight. This is Monday, June 30th, I think. So, because I'm back in hot Florida. So, all right, in a bit, guys. Okay, guys, welcome back. It's still the same night. I just changed my shirt. But it's evening, though. It's late. See, it's dark out. I boiled, let me show y'all. Let me flip y'all. I boiled my first 7 jars. Okay, but they came out chalky. There's like a chalky residue on the outside of them. I called Bevels because I've never canned anything before. So I called Bevels to ask her about the chalkiness. She asked me what kind of water I have. I had well water. And she said it was probably the minerals and stuff in the water because the water is probably hard. But I didn't wash the jars before I sterilized them. Now they're clean because they've been in a pot boiling water. So they are clean. But I went ahead and washed these with soap and water. So I'm going to wait and see if those come out differently than those came out. We're going to wait and see. They're bubbling. So that's what I'm still doing. I'm still doing jars. I want to fill this whole thing up with jars tonight. And get them cleaned and whatever. So that tomorrow, hubby and I go into town. We can stop at the store. Once I get these dry, I'll cover them up so nothing gets in them. And then I will have them clean and sterile for to use after I dehydrate something. But hubby and I are going into town tomorrow for an appointment. And I think we're going to stop and buy some stuff to dehydrate. I want to get some sort of vegetable to go ahead and dehydrate. And I will probably get canned tomatoes because you can do those. And I'll probably get canned peaches and pineapple. So I'll probably start with some sort of vegetable and some pickles. I want to do pickles. I'm dying to do the pickles. So I'm gonna get about 4 or 5 items to go ahead and start dehydrating. And maybe some fresh apples or something. So we'll see. I'm excited about this though. So I'll come back to you guys after I pull these ones out, and see if they feel chalky. They're not as chalky, almost like if you put them in a dishwasher and you had to use one of those rinse things. It's been so long since I've used a dishwasher, so. But that's where I stand. So in a bit, guys. Okay, everybody. My jars are sitting here. Hopefully they will dry. I covered them up to keep them clean. These I'm not so worried because they're not touching food. So those are there. The little flat pieces are there under when Okay, when I start playing around with the dehydrator, I'll take the paper towels off. But I have a cat, and even though she knows she's not supposed to be on the counters, this would be the time she would get nosy. So, I think there's 38 jars sterilized and ready to go. Some of the jars feel like they got that powdery feel on them, and then some of them don't, so I don't know. I ended up rewashing the first 6, 7 jars and dumping the water and doing fresh. So, this is what I've come up with. So, I think more than a case will fit on a shelf. So, yeah, this is what I've come up with. Like I said, I think there's 36, so I figured the paper towels would kind of keep everything clean until I get to use it tomorrow or the next day. Once I know these are really dried out, which, like I said, I don't trust the cat tonight, I will reassemble the jars, and that way I know everything, the jar, the rim, and whatever that piece is called. I know that they're clean, but everything's not real dry yet. I'm not going to put it in the oven to dry it because my friend Bevels told me that if I put it in the dryer, I mess the jar up, so you can never can the jar. Something to do with messing up the temperedness of it, and that if I did that to these jars, if I put them in the dryer, I mean, if I put them in the oven to dry them, that I could end up messing up the temper, which means that when somebody went to use the jar for canning, the jar, not the lids, but the jar, that it might shatter, and then not only would they possibly get hurt, that's number one, but secondly, they could lose all of their product and then they would have a huge mess. So I don't want to do that to anyone. So for the moment, I plan on not drying them in the oven. I'm planning on letting them air dry like this. So, like I said, tomorrow when I'm home, I will take the paper towels off, let them dry some more. I think they're pretty much dry. I did turn them upside down. So we're just going to go with that for right now. We're just going to go for that for right now. And then we are going to hopefully start dehydrating tomorrow night. But the water's really hot. The water's really hot. See, I know it's my water because we have well water, and even though it's on an irrigation system, the water has the pump has this machine on it, this thing on it that's supposed to aerate the water. It leaves on stainless steel, it leaves a rim. So it's just one of those things with well water. Well water's safe, but it's just one of those things. So I'm going to let that cool down so I don't burn myself again, because I did burn myself once. And I'm going to say that is it. That's how I sterilize these jars to use them for dehydrated vacuum pack storage. So if you guys like my videos, like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. If you don't like my videos, I'm sorry. And remember, always enjoy the craziness of life, because you might laugh about when you tell a friend. So, bye. And then I'll show you guys later what I put in these things. So, stay tuned for the next video on putting stuff in the jars. So, see y'all in the next video. Bye.